Good afternoon. Welcome to Drivin Dads, episode 6.
Episode 6, eh?
Yeah.
What is this, like Revenge of the Dads? I don't know. I can't. I'm not creative today.
Okay, so our usual bunch of stuff. Okay.
Yeah, let's have some fun, man. Let's talk. I've got some funny things to talk about. Well, not funny things. I'm a bit grumpy today, and I'll show you why I'm grumpy because people irritate me. But yeah.
Okay. So start off, just a couple of interesting launches. On a start off. Okay.
What have you got?
Okay, so first off, probably the big one, is the new Merc CLE.
Ooh.
Okay. So this is a replacement for the C-Class and E-Class coupes.
That's nice, eh? I've always liked the CLE. That's
okay. So this, interesting enough, okay, it shares the same chassis as the C-Class, but it stretches front and rear beyond the wheelbase, so it's slightly longer than the standard C-Class. So I think it's a good looking car. Range of standard Mercedes engines, 300, 400, 450. Okay, so it comes in hardtop.
Have they done the BMW thing of making an electric one?
No. I think there's a hybrid version. So interior, standard C-Class interior. But I think it's probably the nicest of the Merc coupes at the moment.
Yeah. You can see that back, that rear end is nice.
You can see some of the EQ styling coming through into the standard Mercs. But yeah, I think it's a very good looking car. Drop top. I think drop top's quite nice.
You know what? This.
Okay. Now I love BMW, but the 4 Series is problematic.
Like maintenance wise, or
no. That nose, that grill.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
Mercedes are very conservative here.
No, you know what's beautiful? So the light shape. So that's a standard. There was another picture here from the side. The standard shape on that light is just.
It's very predictable, Mercedes.
It is, yeah. I mean, you can spot that as a Mercedes, but I think.
4 Series. I do like it, especially from the rear 3 quarters and so on. It's a good looking car, but I like this. It's actually probably the first on the Merc coupes
I like the wraparound tail light or the wraparound look on the tail light.
But it's interesting. Okay, so this is a replacement for the C and E-Class coupes. Okay.
So the C and E.
Yeah. So there's no C-Class coupe, no E-Class coupe.
Okay.
This is just a single model. The rumor is BMW is going to essentially do the same thing. Okay. Replacement for the 4 Series and effectively the 8 Series, which is essentially a 6 Series.
Yeah.
Okay. Going to combine them into a single model.
Well, I suppose they have to consolidate. Look, the other auto manufacturers are not doing sedans or cars anymore. They're focusing on SUVs. So the fact that BMW and Merc are still making cars, I think it's a good sign.
Yeah. I mean, like BMW is one of the few big manufacturers that's still manufacturing a small convertible, the Z4.
Okay.
Merc's dropped out.
Really?
Yeah.
What was the Merc on the SOK?
The SOK is dead.
Yeah. I mean, are Porsche still doing it?
Yeah, Porsche, but they're a niche manufacturer.
Yeah, they are a niche.
Okay.
This is. I've always liked the CLEs, and I like those because there's something. There's something different about them. I like the idea of something slightly different, like a bit of a tweak. It looks like a C-Class.
Yeah.
But it's not. You look at it and you go, C-Class, have you been working out?
The steeply raked windscreen is quite nice. And the way it flows into the rear is quite nice. But we bring up a point, talking about sedans and so on no longer being manufactured. News this week, Ford are now finally bringing ceasing production of the Fiesta.
So they're not. So Ford Fiesta is now out.
It's gone completely. They're going to be building the new electric Explorer at the Cologne plant.
Okay. Okay. That makes me want to talk about something. So this is a photo I took the other day, yesterday, in fact. So that's my car next to. And that's not the new Ranger. Okay, so that's the model kind of the last of the last.
Yes.
These cars are giant.
Yeah.
And I just why I don't get it. Sure, okay. you know, in traffic you see better, but if everyone's that size, you don't see anything. If you drive behind this car and you shouldn't be too close and you should be fine. But I mean, like, that sucks.
Yeah, I mean, I do have an issue with this, how big these buggies have become. I mean, but the problem is a lot of them are essentially being designed for the American market.
Yeah,
and they're bringing them here, and because it's a worldwide design now. Yeah, it's going to be sold in the US, the Europe, Japan, whatever, Australia. And I mean, unfortunately, the Americans like them big.
It's awful. Now, I'm going to take this photo to the car wash up the road here. When I wash my car, they've got SUV pricing and car pricing. Yeah. And then I go pay and he tries to charge me SUV prices. Now, come on, dude. Like that, like, I get it. Like, it's not a tiny car, you know? It's not as much, but like, it's not the Ranger. I mean, that's insane. Yeah. And I mean, I just have a problem. Look how the person didn't even park badly. Yeah. Like, they within the lines, everything's fine. It's just
there's no room. I mean,
it's just giant. I mean,
because they have increased in size so much. I mean, I was in a parking place the other day, old parking shopping center, old parking spaces, and they're tiny because cars have grown so much. And compared the original Golf with the Golf now.
Oh yeah,
I mean
the BMW 3 Series, 3 Series now.
Oh jeez,
that's awful. But again, so look, I see the safety aspect of it, because again, if you were to compare, like my mother with the Quid, I love driving a Quid around town because it's lekker to park. I mean, it's really nice, but it's so small. But again, the proximity and for side impacts, and I think this is a big thing, is that we always think of crash safety tests as the frontal impacts, but side impacts is where I would imagine a lot of deaths happen in low impact collisions, because you don't have side impact protection. Now in the Volvo, you know, so if you look, for example, at the width of that back tail light, that's about how thick the door is. Yeah, it's pretty big. So you have a lot of side impact protection, and like I would think in this car as well, you've got. So if I were to drive into the side of this car, I'd be hitting the floor pan. Yeah, nowhere near a human being's impact. So it's a little bit safer. But if these guys were to get hit by a bigger car, they'd also be in trouble. So I can see the safety side of it, but I think it's getting a bit out of control because I mean, my Volvo is pretty safe. Yeah, it doesn't have to be a car that's massively taller than me or anything else to be safe.
Unfortunately, it's a case of it's an arms race, effectively.
Yeah. That's a great way to put it. So it definitely is. So, but then it actually makes me want to talk about something else that's just come around. So we mentioned it in passing as the Fiat Topolino.
Yes.
So sweet little car. This is their little electric town runabout. And I think so. Last week I mentioned that people should go back to nostalgia. Okay? And there's quirkiness about this. It's not the same as the Topolino. They've given it the name. Yeah, it's quirky, right? And if we look through the pictures, I mean, the seats. See, they've got the 600 emblem on. It almost looks like, and this is a very clever design. It almost looks like the word eco as well. Yeah. But you know, it's a quirky little golf cart runabout. I would hope they put actual doors on it.
Yeah, it does have actual doors.
It looks like, you know, there's going to be a bouncer there not letting you in. Like, are you cool enough to drive it? Like, are you dressed? Have you got closed shoes? But there's something lacquer about this that it feels like that old the old 500. Like, look at the little luggage on the back. I think that's cute. But again, this is tiny, so this is just
it is utterly minute.
But it'll be awesome for a city run around. Oh yeah, I think there's something cool about it. Like, that's weird.
No, I think. Look, I mean, it's very retro. You can see the 500 and 600 influence on that.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean,
to quickly look at the numbers. So they've got two models. They've got the Topolino and the Topolino Dolce Vita. Looking through the stats, they're identical. Yeah, I don't know what the difference is. Maybe one comes with doors. I don't know. You know, maybe the Dolce Vita is the one with the rope and the bouncer. Like, you have to wear a tie. Did you eat your spaghetti today? Nope. Then go back. So 80 kilometers of range. No, 80 watt hours. So certified driving range 75 kilometers. Yeah, which. That's more than enough for a little town runner.
Yeah, I mean, you'll probably find the charges from quite quickly. I mean, if you're going just down to the shops and back, I mean,
6 kilowatt motor, so 8.2 horsepower. They say 44 newton meters of torque, which is pretty generous. A 6 kilowatt motor, I think. So 5.4 kilowatt hour battery. I don't really understand that stat. So that would mean how much it can charge. So, like comparably to a petrol car, that'd be however many litre petrol tank, I'm assuming. But yeah, so not overall, dynamic or great.
Yeah.
I mean, they've got discs in the front, drums in the back.
But I mean, how much does it weigh in total? Does it go
total weight. It does not say. No, this is just the performance stats, so not the. Yeah. So charging time of 4 hours from home.
Yeah.
So no fancy charger. That's,
and 4 hours.
That's like a cell phone kind of thing. So you charge it overnight even.
Yeah.
So I mean, it's cool. Like I think there's something about it. I think it's quite lekker. But imagine this park next to that Ranger.
I think you could park that on the back of the Ranger.
You probably could, hey. Actually funny. So you see in those American sitcoms, the guys with the RV and the thing at the back. I think it's so cool, and it's weird because like I know like car people are that's fun. Oh, that one has a door. Fuck, I didn't even notice. Wow. But yeah, I think it's so.
So this will just look like it's got suicide doors. Rearward opening doors.
Yeah, it does.
Yeah, I
just think it's so it's nifty, And again, for a little city run around, I think it's flipping great. 0 to 45 kilometers per hour. They don't even get to 60. Max at 45. 10 seconds.
Okay.
So yeah, not all electric cars are the Rivian. But I mean, 45 kilometers. That's okay. Might be okay for Italy.
Yeah.
Our
traffic jams.
We're a little further apart in South Africa, so that probably won't work here.
I mean, it's a case of it's designed for the denser European cities.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But now then, so coming to the old days of the Mini.
Yeah.
Okay, so remember guys about the Mini. Mini was this
tiny, yeah.
And then John Cooper got hold of it and made it a race car. Imagine someone taking this, because I mean, the structure, and there's another picture that I got here, which I think is very interesting, that Fiat are launching, is a particular platform.
Yes. Okay.
So here's it here. So this is they've just unveiled this platform. So now this platform that can be used on any car, but you look at that and the possibilities are pretty much endless.
Yeah.
You can put any body on that, you could probably stretch that out, make it a bit longer.
Yeah. Add extra batteries, add motors.
Yeah. So think about that little Topolino.
Yeah.
And then go, someone who's a bit crazy, the modern John Cooper, will go, hey, you know what would be fun to do is to take this. And I mean, you don't need to worry about an engine bay.
Yeah.
You just pop a different take the electric motor out of that Mercedes we discussed earlier, the W. And then the W11.
Oh my God.
All that technology and scale it down. And then you've got like a car that doesn't max out at 45 k's an hour. That could probably do pretty well. You'd probably kill yourself. Or do wheelies like mad thing.
On the still 13-inch
but
wheels.
Yeah, imagine like that would be like, there's those possibilities now that are coming out because you've got the standard platform.
Yeah. But okay, you bring up talk about platforms. Okay, I want to talk about a car that was just shown. This is a car called the NEVS Emily GT. Okay. A bit of a story here. Saab. Okay. Saab was bought out by a company called NEVS. Okay. A bunch of Saab engineers basically re-engineered the old Saab 993 into an electric car.
Okay.
Which was actually selling under the NEVS branding in China for a while.
Okay.
But now, this is actually quite interesting. NEVS was then bought up by a company called Evergrande. Okay. Now, Evergrande is actually a property group. Okay. In China. Very, very big.
There's nothing to do with that. That was a plastic surgeon last time. Okay. No. Not a real estate agent. Cool.
So, brought up by a property group, absolutely massive property group. But the problem is Evergrande, when it got into serious financial trouble, and they've unfortunately cancelled development of any new NEVS cars. But now this one is particularly interesting. Now most electric cars at the moment, how do they work? They have a battery pack, they have shafts, they have electric motors on those shafts. Either driving the rear wheels, front wheels, whatever. This here is different. The motors for this are actually inside the wheels.
Okay, I've heard about that.
So we've got 4 compact motors Okay, inside essentially the wheel mountings. Okay, so
I've heard about this. The hub motor.
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay. So this has got a hub motor. Okay. So advantage of a hub motor.
Is it on all four wheels?
All four wheels. So you've got 4-wheel drive effectively.
Yeah.
Okay. No shafts. Okay. And you can do things like torque vectoring.
Yeah.
Okay. With instantaneous response because it's not going through shafts. It's not. Okay. It's got 4 hub motors, 120 horsepower per motor, giving you 480 horsepower. Okay. No shafts, which means no space taken up by shafts, which means more space for batteries.
Yeah.
Okay. This here they're talking about. Okay, if they fitted the full battery pack, 175 kilowatt hour battery pack, talking about a range of about 900 kilometers. Yeah.
Can't even get, the R cars, you could get 900 k's in.
Okay.
Damn.
Okay. Now, unfortunately, like I said, NVS is in a case of, because of the parent company going through financial troubles, they have issues. But now, I think this might be the future for electric cars.
Do you think hub motors?
Hub motors. Okay, now, there are issues with hub motors, okay.
Well, there's still issues with the petrol engine.
Yeah.
So,
okay. They got to worry about things. I mean, like motors, it's got to be able to. You go through bumps and you got to go through water and so on. But I mean, the company's been testing this out quite thoroughly, and I mean, hub motors aren't anything new. I mean, your big trucks that they use in mining and so on use hub motors.
Yeah.
Okay. Obviously, that's on a different scale.
They have a different size. Yeah. But I mean, that's how technology advances.
Yeah.
Isn't it?
So I mean, I think this is a great idea because it eliminates all those losses from the shafts and so on.
So I mean, CV joints and every flippant spline that you have to move from one section to another, all that's gone. It's just it's right there.
Yeah.
Yeah, and then you've got quite a bit of redundancy as well because if one fails, actually if 3 fail, you could still get home on one motor.
Okay. I think it's a interesting
so
concept.
What's happening with it? It's just
unfortunately, because the company itself is in a state of flux.
Yeah.
So basically, the engineers put this together in a space of 10 months. Okay, which is next to nothing to come up with a concept and go all the way through. So I think this is a case of the next step, maybe electric cars.
Possibly.
Okay. Obviously, I mean, I think for high performance, I think at the moment, things like the Navera and so on, you're still going to need bigger motors on the shafts and so on. But for smaller cars,
like the Topolino kind of setup.
Yeah. So I mean, this I mean, it's a great looking car. I mean, it's have a quick look at the interior. I mean, you can see very much Saab influence on the interior and so on. I mean, it's
okay. I see they still kept the tunnel down the middle.
Yeah. Okay. So I mean, it's I think it's an interesting car, and I really hope to see this tech come through on the next generation or two of electric cars.
It's a nice looking interior, though.
Yeah. Okay, so
it's called Sven backwards.
Okay, so 2 other little cars I just want to talk about quickly. Okay, first off is the new Picanto.
Oh God.
Okay.
Do you remember when we started doing this, I said we need to have a joke about a car that we never have time for? I was kind of hoping it would be the Picanto.
But I'll be honest, I mean, okay.
I hate this car so much. And I can't even, actually, I mean, that looks...
Okay. The little Picanto, I mean, I will be honest, I do have a soft spot for it.
Yeah, I have anti-soft spot for it.
But it's not a bad looking little thing. I mean, it's a little busy now, but I mean...
Yeah. I like the Kia interior. Those are very nice.
Yeah,
I think
so it's a new facelift and so on. I mean, so look, it's a car is quite relevant to South Africa. I mean, you're going to be seeing a lot of these.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's interesting that Kia are still making it, like when everyone's moving away from the small cars.
Yeah, so I think it's a nice little car. I mean, it's very well equipped, and I mean,
it looks like a cross between a spider and a walrus. I don't know why.
It's a very busy front.
Yeah, that is a lot going on. But that's the GT line. So I'm assuming the other one will
be a little simpler. Yeah,
toned down a bit.
Yeah. Look, I mean, it's little Picanto. Okay.
I hate to say it, the Kia Picanto is my least favorite in the Kia range. Not sure why, and I think it has to do with. So, good old Malcolm Kinsey, shame he passed away recently.
Yes.
South African motoring journalism legend, and he started doing the Kinsey report.
Yes.
And every year the Kinsey report would obviously look at what's low on maintenance. And like I loved it because for me, the cost of ownership was a thing. So how expensive is a car to own? And the Kia Picanto in its segment was always the most expensive to maintain.
Okay.
Yeah. Comparatively, Renault, who has the reputation for being expensive to maintain, were actually the cheapest because they changed their supply chain. And I remember having the conversation with the incoming CEO at the time of Renault, and he said, we're focusing on that. We're making sure that that's not going to happen. Okay. And when they shifted their focus to have all the engines common, so when you'd have the 900cc and across all the cars, and they all use timing chains, which was actually the big thing that saved them, because instead of changing that every 60,000 kilometers, it was 160,000 kilometers, and that just saved their maintenance costs. And the fact that the Kia, I mean, it's a good looking car, but I mean, the fact that it's so expensive to maintain, and it's touted as, look, it's a cheap small car. It's not a cheap small car. It's a cheap small car to buy. Yeah, but it'll rip you off when you try and maintain it, and that I have a problem with that because it comes across as one thing and then is another. Yeah. So that I think is why I don't like it.
Okay. That's fun.
I'm just grumpy.
Okay. My next car is a bit of a throwback as well. Okay. So the restomod scene. Okay.
My favorite scene.
But years ago, I was iffy about the restomod scene, but then Singer came along with their Porsches. Okay. And those are fabulous pieces. Now, someone has now done this to a Lamborghini. Okay, not just any Lamborghini, the old Diablo. Okay. So this is a new company called Eccentrica. Okay. They've done a restomod on the Diablo. Okay. So, not a huge amount of detail on what they've actually done beyond, you can see the changes to the bodywork. It looks like, just judging from the pictures, wider front track. Okay, they've got new headlights. Okay, new rear deck.
Okay, so they haven't taken the Diablo and just fitted it with, they've kind of remade one.
Yes, okay. So essentially, I mean, new carbon fiber bodywork.
I'd argue that that's not a restomod.
Well,
like I think this is coming back to what we were saying. What people should do is like the throwbacks. Yeah, that's what I think it is. It looks amazing.
Yeah. Okay. So some great aspects. Okay. Okay. So exterior looks pretty good. Just go to have a look at the rear. Okay. So quite an exposed rear. Okay.
There's an exhaust there.
Yeah, the middle exhaust. Yeah.
So this has some sort of internal combustion engine.
Yeah, no, it's still got the V12.
Okay.
Not sure if it's a 5.7 or 6 liter. Okay. So yeah, I think it's quite an interesting piece. They're busy drumming up support. They're going around to the various shows. Pebble Beach Concourse.
What did Lamborghini have to say about it?
No idea, but I mean, it's a car that's been out of production for years. So
it looks really good. I mean, it's really well done. Okay, that's cool.
I like these headlights. They're actually called drop-down headlights. So they're covered up and then they actually drop down to expose. Okay.
And the interior very retro.
Yeah, do you know what it feels like? It feels like a old computer game.
Yes,
with those digital dials and so on. Looks like a LED rev counter on top of the speedo.
I see it yes, okay, I see that. Yeah. And then the kind of, I don't know whether that's leather or suede or Alcantara.
Probably Alcantara, different, maybe suede. But yeah, I mean, I think it's quite nicely done.
The switches and buttons. Click.
Cool. So I said, this is a company that's busy drumming up support. It does have some serious backers. I mean, Pirelli and so on have all signed on board and are helping.
That is very, very cool. Okay, well, speaking of old cars, okay, I went and looked at something. I wanted to see what classic cars were online.
Ooh.
And look at this. This is literally for sale.
512 BB.
Right now. It doesn't have a price, but I mean...
Yeah, well, I'm not surprised.
Look at that. And this is...
the 512 BB is actually of that generation. I mean, the 308, the 512, I mean, obviously similar styling, but the 512 is just something special. I mean,
this is literally a car in our country right now that we could go buy. I can't believe that it's available
You should give them a call and ask them how much it is.
Yeah, so...
I mean, how many Ks on the clock? I mean...
does it say?
1984, 512.
57,500 kilometers. Fully restored. A multiple concourse winner. So the car has a bit of history. Yeah. Ferrari Club overall winner, so it must be pretty original.
Original luggage set.
Yeah,
original style. Oh, geez, you probably. How many multi-millions are we talking about here?
Yeah, I just yes, I find it funny that, you know, I love looking at the classic car things, and it's just...
Oh, no, the BB is something special. I mean, obviously, I was replaced by the Testarossa, but this is something special about the 512.
This is very special. So these guys are in... Where are they in?
Rossa Sport.
Well, they're definitely a Ferrari dealer.
Yeah.
Bryanston.
Okay.
So very, very, very cool.
Yeah.
And while we're on the Stellantis range, the other Fiat I wanted us to look at was the
new 600.
The new 600. So they called it the 600E.
Yeah.
Again, this is Fiat's entry into the electric market. Bit of a questionable front.
Well, I mean, it's derived essentially from those
little island things.
It looks sleepy.
Yeah, it does. You know, or it's like sussing you out. You know, like that Leonardo DiCaprio meme. You know? Okay,
so I do know this. It shares the same chassis as the new baby Jeep.
Yeah. Okay. So yeah. So I mean, I'm undecided on this whole concept. So I don't know if this will come out in South Africa. A decent range. So when we look at the stats on it, so they've got the 600E and the 600E La Prima. Again, not much going on. Performances, 115 kilowatts, so 150 horsepower this time. So a lot more than the other one.
Yeah.
It's front wheel drive. Range between, so they've got a combined range, so they've obviously taken on the freeway.
Yeah.
So between 406 and 604 kilometers.
Yeah, you're not going to get that in real life.
With a top speed of 150 kilometers per hour.
Okay. So, are you front wheel drive?
Only front wheel drive.
Oh, that's interesting.
I think, you know, that's sticking with what they have.
Yeah, I mean, I'm just wondering the Jeep one is 4-wheel drive. Makes me,
But, so this is, so again, the Fiat are doing what I would have said to do, is go for the retro feel.
The whole 500, 600 range has always been...
And that looks like, you know, the rest of them. Quite big physically, but I think that's what's needed. Yeah. So when Elon launched Tesla, his theory was people will not adopt electric cars unless it's fast and flashy. Okay. Yeah. And expensive. Well, it had to be expensive because someone needed to do it. So they came out with, the Roadster. And then they've grown in that regard. Around the same time, Nissan launched the Leaf, which was a small compact, and nobody cared. BMW launched the R3, which was an ugly small compact, and nobody cared. So it's obvious that style and what the car is for matters.
Yeah.
Are Fiat hitting the mark here, or should they have rather gone for a Roadster as opposed to the 500?
I think it's a case here. I mean... It's a case that they have the chassis. I mean, developed with the Jeep. I mean, it's a case of why not, sort of thing.
Yeah. Or am I just misreading this completely, and the European market's eating this stuff up?
Yeah. I mean, like I said, look, the Fiesta's gone, and you get the new, like I said, it's being replaced essentially by the small electric Explorer. Yeah. I mean, so I mean, the market is there for this. So whether you would you buy this or the Jeep?
Well, it's the same thing, isn't it?
Yeah.
I don't know what the Jeep looks like. That would be the deciding point.
I mean, as a Jeep, it looks like a Jeep.
Because I'm not hugely against this, but I do prefer the Mini electric.
Yeah.
I think that looks like a Mini.
Yeah.
This, like the interior is very nice.
Yeah. You know, it looks like a bigger 500.
Yeah.
Bigger 500e. Look, I mean, that's what Fiat's going for, that sort of retro look.
I don't think this is going to set the world on fire.
No.
And anyone who goes, electric cars, I think they have a point. You know, although, I mean, if someone said to me, here, it has the 500, was it the 500X or the 500L, which is kind of the same, I'd also go, no thanks. I'll take something else instead. Yeah. I'm not a fan of the styling. I think the Mazda CX-3 is a better looking, similar size car.
Yeah. No, I mean, this is a case of, so some people will like it. It will probably sell pretty well.
Yeah.
I don't foresee Fiat putting out a car without an enormous amount of research and focus grouping.
One of the biggest automakers, weirdly. But I mean, I think it's interesting. So now we're seeing more electric models come out. So brings me to I get grumpy about this because the one argument people always have against electric cars is there's no noise.
Oh God.
I'm like,
yes.
People don't like noisy petrol cars anyway.
Yes.
You know, only certain people do. And it's the same old argument all the bloody time. I was like, can we stop? And I saw someone try and legitimately argue against it. And all the arguments, do you remember when cell phones first came out? What were the arguments? There's no infrastructure. Why would you need something that you've already got? You know, no one's going to buy these. We've already, you know. Yeah. And all that stuff is like, well, that was for cell phones. It was for DVDs. It was all that stuff. New technology comes. Yeah. And people are resisting stupidly. Yes, they are. But you can't, like, the noise thing, okay, cool. But then what, you know?
Okay. I live in a little cul-de-sac. Okay. And we have people coming down a little cul-de-sac late at night, okay, revving your engines. And I think, why?
Yeah.
I think, okay, if we're going to be slightly risque here, okay, I see a guy revving their engines, revving hard, and making as much noise as possible. I have one thought. They are lacking.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Probably. Well, they're looking for attention, definitely.
Yes. Yeah. And you know, I've never been that way, and it's always been a case of it's never been part of my sort of car culture. And it annoys the hell out of me when people this is the objection. It doesn't make enough noise.
Yeah,
I think an electric car, properly built, properly spec'd, properly designed, can be as good, if not better, than an electric car, than a petrol car.
Yeah, yeah. And I mean, we're discounting diesel because diesel's just...
Yeah, you know.
So it's funny because I was thinking today. So I love Engineering Explained on YouTube.
Oh, yes.
And he did a video on the Chrysler... Is it Chrysler did a Le Mans entry?
Yes.
And they used a flat plane crank instead of a cross plane crank. And the one introduces vibration, but the other one has more power. And then you start to think, like, that kind of crap is gone from electric cars. Now, when you think about it, so you're going to change the magnets because it's a rotating thing. So you're not going to introduce any more vibration if you make any changes. Yeah. You know, so it's always going to be that. It's always going to have the same mechanism. So you got magnets, coil, shaft, and it's going to turn, you know. So there's no like, okay, well, yes, I'm going to put 2 spark plugs. Now we have more that's shaking more, you know. And then like every invention along the way in the automotive internal combustion engine has just added to the same problem. So like we are like in that stupid Volvo I have, because it's diesel, it's got a dual mass flywheel. Now the dual mass flywheel is there to stop the vibration from damaging the gearbox. Yeah. Well, like that shouldn't have been there in the first place. Like this whole thing is just rubbish. Like from start to finish, it's not great. And it was built out of necessity because, you know, we didn't have the infrastructure and we weren't there yet, and petrol was very easy to do and oil companies funded a lot. But I just found that we're going to move to a place where it's just easier, you know. Because imagine taking it for a service. Now you don't have to ask the guy. No one's going to phone you and go, oh, you know, your auxiliary belt tensioner or the spring on valve number 3 is broken. Now we have to, like, that's gone. You know, it's your motor is your motor, and either it's going to be that or nothing. Yes. You know, maybe it'll be, one of your cells is gone. Yeah. You know, and I think that's where the complexity will be added. Not this like, oh, well, you've got, you know, a V12, so now there's 12 cylinders with 12 things that can go wrong. Each one has 4 valves, you know, it's 12 times 4 plus, you know, and it's just adding more complexity. And I think electric motors, the hub motor that we spoke about earlier, might be a little too far for us now.
Yeah.
It might not be, because once the technology becomes easy to, it's just maybe it'll be a field replaceable unit. We just pull it up, put a new one in. But for now, I think we were going, okay, we've got a motor. That motor has 2 bearings, 10 magnets, because so we just it just narrows it down and makes the number of breakable parts less.
Yeah.
And then with all that greatness, Fiat go and put eyelids on the steering. You know, I can't just come on.
It looks like dozy, doesn't it?
Yeah, it does. That car's boring. Like it's bored of us already.
Okay, I'm going to show you another little car.
Okay, go for it.
This here is a DB5 that you can buy. DB5 looks good, doesn't it?
James Bond.
Okay, there's a huge market for DB5s.
Yeah.
This one costs $22,000. Okay, do you want to know what the catch is?
How much? $22,000.
Okay, so this is a DB5 that you can buy for $22,000. Okay, do you want to know what the catch is?
What's the catch?
It's 1/2 meter long. It's a 1/8 scale.
Oh,
DB5.
Is it remote control or something?
Nope.
How the hell do you drive it?
You don't drive it.
What? Does it work?
No. It's a 1/8 scale DB5 for $22,000. There's 2 versions of it. There's the standard version, there's the bespoke version, which costs $28,000.
Okay. That's some detail right there.
Yeah. It's a company called Amalgam, which are famous for their incredibly accurate scale models. Okay. Now, here's the beautiful part. If you own a real-life DB5, okay, Amalgam will do a model version of that one for you. Full details in terms of like the leather work, the every little piece.
I mean, that's cool.
That is very, very cool.
That is very cool. Well, yeah, I can see the appeal. So, I keep coming back to my Volvo. I must be the most boring individual in the world to love my silver Volvo estate. But you can buy a scale model of that car in that color. And I want it. And it's not even that expensive, but you could get one. If you go to the Volvo dealership now, they actually have them of the new ones. Yeah. So if you buy one, you could get a scale model of it. Branded and everything. It's there,
Yeah. Anyway,
so I see the appeal.
Yeah. So $22,000 for a DB5.
The model DB5.
I'll be honest. Amalgam have done some amazing ones.
That's just great craftsmanship, and I mean, people will pay that for, furniture or a painting or something. I think it's
it is a piece of art. I mean, the original car is itself.
Yeah, that is stunning, and I mean, it looks like photos of the car.
Yeah,
the way they've taken it. That's just a dud motor. It doesn't actually run.
No, it does not actually.
You do get small motors that would be pretty cool. So it's 1/2 meter long.
1/2 meter long. 1/8 scale.
Yes, that's big, eh?
Yeah.
But cool.
Yeah.
That's very, very cool.
What have you got for me today?
Yeah, okay. So, I'm grumpy a lot of the time. And a couple of things occur to me quite often. First, I'm going to show you a photo of an Uber driver.
Yeah,
and I've had that happen to me.
Yeah,
so this is a photo from Reddit, and I mean, you just go, do you tell the guy, what do you do?
Yeah, unfortunately, I mean, these guys have to live on their phones. I mean,
well, yes and no, because that he doesn't need to text.
That is true. Yes.
I've had, so sometimes they have 2 phones. Especially on the, it's a bit rubbish. The guys will have I never use Bolt, the other service, because their cars are just really messed up, like massive cracks on the windscreen. Oof. For the most part, the guys' cars are well maintained. I've met some guys who are very, very lucky, but I do get the odd guy who doesn't take road safety seriously, and it's very irritating.
Yeah.
But it's actually rare that I have the same Uber driver twice. I never come across the same guy. It's just it's awful to think that this is someone's living now. He's driving people around, and yeah, that's what he does. But so he should get grounded. So that is 2 weeks without your phone, young man. That's what you need to do. So I love on Reddit idiots in cars. I don't know why I love it, because it's quite irritating. But I suppose it just feeds the grumpiness in me. So this is, can you see what's happening here?
Okay. This guy trying to, oh God.
There's a 2-for-1 deal there.
Yes.
So we've got the guy trying to turn right from the left lane and the guy trying to turn left from the right lane.
and never shall they meet.
Like, how do these people coexist in the world? I mean, like, it's just, come on.
and of course, they come together on that exact same road.
Yeah. So, I mean, like, but he started it. Now you're both idiots, and you both are grounded to school. 2 weeks. There we go. Next one. So this is, it was titled very well, "An Idiot Never Misses Their Turn."
Oh dear.
So we'll just watch. Everything's cool. And then suddenly... Remember that meme? Good luck, everybody. I'm turning now. That's it. Like,
it's a sense of entitlement.
Yeah.
Screw you and everybody else.
Is it entitlement or just sheer stupidity?
It's probably somewhere between the two.
Because that is like, I mean, again, it's so annoying. Like, do you care that there's other people on the road? There's a common problem. It happens all the time.
Just people not watching. Did they touch? No, I don't think
the person was a bit awake.
Yeah.
But yeah. Okay. That's the 4-week grounding right there. Nearly causing an accident. Yeah, that makes me pretty grumpy. It's quite annoying. And then to end off with, there were 3 memes that I found that I thought you might like. One is one of your favorite cars.
Yeah.
I really want to do this to someone now.
That'd be evil.
Yeah, I gotta find the right car. Anything about Toyota. But yeah, that's
not BMW's finest hour. That design.
But I mean, that's pretty good.
Oh no!
The genius of truck owners. I did actually genuinely drive behind someone. They had something in the back. I think it was a fridge, and they didn't have something to tie it down, so they literally had someone sit there with it. God! I mean, you can't hold those forces.
No.
It was awful, but this is just... I mean, is that... Okay, so it's probably a right-hand drive. That might be no, it's a left-hand drive, so that won't be the driver.
Yeah, thankfully.
That's the passenger, thank God. And then we've actually had the same conversation before about this last one, but the fact that I saw it just cements it. Thanks to Formula Dank.
Yes.
That's it. I don't know why that pig is smiling though. Yeah, that's
yes.
That's about right.
I'll definitely see that one.
Oh God, I'm not looking forward to that race.
Oh, yeah.
Anyway, yeah. So that's it. I think let's double check my folder. Yeah.
Okay.
Some nice things.
Okay. So we're gonna wrap up there for today.
Yeah, let's wrap up. That's cool.
Okay. Thanks everybody for watching. We'll see you again in a week or so.
Don't forget to like and subscribe. Follow us on the Instagram, the TikTok, and then now it's Threads. I keep forgetting the name.
Threads. Yeah.
Although there's nothing, it's just Instagram. Yeah. I don't actually. We'll figure out how it works.
Yeah.
Just there to see what you young whippersnappers are doing. We'll figure it out, I suppose.
Okay.
Yeah, but yeah, it's cool. We'll ask some questions, talk some rubbish, share some photos.
Yeah. Okay.
Thanks, guys.
Thank you very much, and cheers for now.
Yeah.